In this session, we will cover myths about salary which have been going on for years and years and years. And we'll clarify those myths so that we don't get trapped into those myths. We'll discuss four primary myths in this session. The first one is the one who speaks about it first loses it. Now, there is no research, it is not backed by anything, but people believe that if you say first, the one who says first, it could be either you or the interviewer, the one who says about the salary first will lose it. But in the previous session, we have discussed that it is not a seesaw model where one loses and the other gains, right? So there should not be a question of winning or losing. So this itself is supposed to be parked aside. Now, you cannot control the interviewer. However, we can control ourselves. So what should we do? Should we say, should we not say? There are certain concerns that you need to take in mind. You need to ensure that you fulfill those things. Post that only you should speak about salary. Let's say you wanted 50 grants for this particular position, and later stage the interviewer says that we had kept 60,000 for this particular position. You would definitely feel bad about it and you don't want that. So till the time your homework is not done and you feel that if you speak and they will not offer beyond that, a way to beyond that, you don't leave stuff, you want everything with you as much as possible. So if you're confident about that amount, then you should speak. So we want to ensure that we don't, when we speak first, we don't underrate ourselves in terms of salary. That's our primary main goal. The next is, are we sure that interviewer is going to select us? If yes, then we can say. If no, then they have not selected us and salary would not come into picture. So we have to ensure that this has been taken care of. If you do that before this, chances are your selection process might not go through. So this is very necessary that we put forth only when we are confident, only when we know that whatever range is being offered, we are asking for it. So in these scenarios only you do that, otherwise it is best for them to speak. So ensure this in mind. The second myth is, say a number, not a range. Why? Because it sounds very confident that I want 52,500 in my account every month. When you are collaborating with someone and you are not open for discussion, this is not acceptable. Any relationship, it is not acceptable. So when you say a range or a number, it is okay even if you say a number that you want, but always end that I'm open for discussion. Even if it is something that you really want, you should always say that I'm open for discussion. So never quote a number without this sentence. If not, you can quote a range, and I'll tell you what range exact that you should select, which will make you happy in the end. So if we say a number, then in that case we must add it is open for negotiation. Say a little higher number, that is fine. The third myth is, if you are good, you will get a good hike. Look at your past examples, look at your colleagues, look at your friends. Don't you think so they should be deserving way better salary? Isn't it? Look at yourself. Don't you think so you should be paid more for the qualities, the skills that you bring to the organization? Still you don't get. So that is when your parents say, when your seniors say that you do work. Obviously when good leaders are there, they'll appreciate, they'll notice, but that is not always the case, and we will not go by that. So for us, we'll not go by this, that if you really work hard you'll be getting paid. We'll have to work for every component in this stage of the bridge. So ensure that. The next is, you are paid for the time you give to the company. So For the hours that you give the company, you are never paid for that particular time. You are paid for getting the skills in the organization rather than the time. In office, let's say for example, from morning 9 till evening 6, there are 20 different employees that walk into that office. One is being offered, let's say somebody who cleans the office or doing the basic cleaning job or serving tea, whatever it could be. That person is getting X amount. Someone who's into admin will get X plus Y amount. Somebody at a senior level will get X plus Y plus Z, and the VP or the CEO would be getting X plus Y plus Z plus multiples of whatever they've been getting. So it is never the time that you give to organization. So people say extend for long hours and you'll get the raise. No, you are not getting paid for your time. You are getting paid for the skills that you have. So the 4 myths that we've covered is the one who says first loses it is incorrect, because both has to win, neither has to lose. But we'll balance it. We'll say when we are confident, we are sure, we don't underrate ourselves. The second is say a number, not a range. When you're negotiating with somebody, you cannot be firm. You have to say, if you say a number, you have to say I'm open for negotiation. The third is, if you are good at your work, you'll get hike. Fine, definitely that works, but not always. So we will work for it. And the last is, you are paid for the time that you give to company, which is incorrect. You are not paid for the time. You are paid for the skills, values enhancement, and how much more you can help to the organization. Let's move to the next topic.